The sirens wailed as the cold cuffs clicked around her wrists. People in the crowd stared, some whispering, some shaking their heads in silent judgment. A young woman in her late 20s, with tired eyes and a quiet strength in her posture, stood accused of something she knew all too well, a lie she never told. The officers said she was impersonating a Navy SEAL. To them, she was nothing more than a fraud wearing honor she had not earned. But what they couldn't see was the truth carved not into papers or medals, but into her very flesh. A tattoo only those who had walked through fire, blood, and brotherhood could bear. And it was that silent mark which would soon shake the world around her. Asterisk, before we go deeper. If you believe in kindness, second chances, and uncovering the truth behind people's struggles, please take a moment to like, comment, share, and subscribe to Legends of History. Your support helps us bring more stories that reveal the courage and hidden battles of unsung heroes. Asterisk. The woman's name was Emily Carter. Her story didn't begin with the flashing lights of a police car, but in the dust and fire of a faraway desert, where the sun scorched the earth and every breath carried the weight of survival. Emily had once been a warrior in silence, part of a team that never truly existed in the public's eye. Her journey was one of pain, resilience, and sacrifice, one that few would ever believe because of one simple fact. She was a woman in a world that had long been sealed by men. Asterisk years before the arrest. Emily had been a young girl with nothing but determination in her heart. Raised in a broken home, she carried scars invisible to most. When she enlisted, many doubted her. They said she didn't belong, that she was too small, too fragile, too different. But Emily's spirit had always burned against the grain. She survived training no one thought she could endure, pushing her body and mind beyond limits that would break the strongest of men. She bled, fought, and stood shoulder to shoulder with those who carried the trident. Her tattoo was not decoration. It was the proof of her passage, the kind of mark no civilian tattoo artist would dare inscribe. Asterisk yet. After a classified mission that left her team shattered and her body scarred, Emily vanished into obscurity. The records, for reasons buried in secrecy, never bore her name. The system erased her existence to protect missions that the public could never know. She came home carrying ghosts but no recognition, her medals locked away in shadows. To the world, she was nothing more than another face. To herself, she was a warrior stripped of acknowledgement. Asterisk that day. When she stood in front of the officers, she had not been trying to claim glory. She was simply helping at a veterans event, speaking words of encouragement to young recruits. But someone overheard, misinterpreted, and accused her of being a fraud. The words stolen valor cut deeper than any knife. Within hours, handcuffs were on her wrists, and her honor dragged across the pavement of judgment. Asterisk at the precinct, whispers spread. Men and women who had worn uniforms themselves looked at her with disdain. She sat in silence, her mind replaying every mission, every brother lost, every promise unfulfilled. Her heart ached not because of the arrest, but because the truth had become her enemy. The officers mocked her gently, asking why she pretended. She said nothing, because what could words do when the truth itself had been erased from history? Asterisk, then came the moment everything shifted. A high-ranking admiral, a man who had once crossed paths with her years ago, arrived for a briefing. He noticed her sitting in the corner, bruised by accusation, swallowed by shame. At first, even he hesitated, for her presence was not supposed to exist. But then his eyes caught the mark just above her wrist, barely visible under the sleeve of her jacket. Asterisk, it wasn't just a tattoo. It was the emblem of a classified team. A design given only after fire and sacrifice. A mark that no forger could replicate, for it was inked into the skin during the crucible of training itself, not in some shop. The Admiral froze. Memories surfaced, whispers of her resilience. The night she had dragged 2 wounded brothers through the sand. The morning she had faced down death without hesitation. He remembered because she had once saved lives when no one else could. Asterisk with a firm voice, he ordered her release. The room fell silent. The officers exchanged confused glances. The Admiral looked at Emily, his eyes softening with respect that words could never hold. "That tattoo's authentic," he said, his voice steady. "She's earned it more than anyone here will ever understand." Asterisk's tears welled in Emily's eyes, but she held them back. For years, she had carried her story in silence. Now, finally, someone of power had spoken the truth. The handcuffs came off, but the invisible chains of disbelief and judgment still weighed on her. Yet in that moment, she realized she was no longer alone. Someone had remembered. Someone had seen. Asterisk Emily's story spread quietly. Not in headlines, not in newspapers, but in whispers among those who truly knew the meaning of sacrifice. She went on to dedicate her life to helping veterans who returned home with invisible scars, those who felt forgotten and erased. Her pain became her mission, her silence became her voice. And her story became a reminder that not every hero is celebrated, but every hero deserves to be believed. Asterisk. If this story touched your heart, please like, comment, share, and subscribe to Legends of History. These stories live on because of you, the ones who believe in unseen sacrifices, untold truths, and the power of never giving up. Asterisk, and before you go, here's a special request. Comment below what true honor means to you. Your words may inspire someone who desperately needs hope today. Asterisk.